got to the last game and continue to train and prepare for this moment.
Did it take you a while to get back into training? Did you take some time off? Or what was that?
I instantly got straight to treatment and rehab just so I could get my body back as quickly as I could.
What are the things you've been kind of focusing on physical-wise during this process?
Overall, everything, really.
Really deep edge class in this draft. A lot of good guys. Just curious what you think maybe sets you apart from a really good group of pass rushers.
I think I'm a relentless football player and I'm very intelligent, so I think that's my biggest edge.
Ahkeem, being a Canadian, what's it mean to you to be representing our country and so many, really the next generation of youth Canadian football looking to you as an example of the pathway going from Canada to the NFL?
It's huge. We've had a bunch of guys, especially in the city of Ottawa, Jonathan Sutherland, Luigi Villain, Patrice Rene, guys like Justin Luqueta, paved the path for younger guys like me to come and be in this position. And I want to do the same thing for all the younger guys who are on the come up, guys who are in high school fighting for a chance to go play D1 football, and then from D1 to the National Football League. I want to do everything I can to, put Ottawa on the map, let alone Canada, and help the younger generation achieve their dreams.
Okay, over the last 8 games of the season, you had 9 sacks. Just talk about turning it on as the season went on.
Well, I think throughout the season, I think I've been pretty consistent. Winning pass rushes and all that different stuff. It's just once these last few games came around the corner, I kept same preparation, same mentality. It just things started falling into my favor.
Ahkeem, have you met with the Detroit Lions yet? Was it formally, informally?
Formally.
What pops in your mind when you think about possibly playing under Dan Campbell?
He reminds me a lot of Coach Heavenman. Very intense. So it'd be amazing to play him.
Ahkeem, when you guys played Stanford, Dan Morgan went into the Ring of Honor down there at Miami. What did you know about him as a player?
When we played Stanford?
Yeah.
Dan Morgan?
Yeah.
Not much. Growing up, I didn't really watch a ton of football. I've played a lot of the video game as a kid. I didn't know a ton. Even my defensive line coach, Jason Taylor, coming into Miami, I didn't know much about him until I looked him up on YouTube.
Yeah, what's it like knowing that one of the GMs who might be in charge of picking you was a U guy and played at a pretty high level?
It was awesome. We heard his name all the time. His name is up in the indoor practice facility. But go Canes, and hopefully he picks me up.
Ahkeem, just in general, when you look back at your time with Miami, how much does that program mean to you?
It means the world. I feel like I transformed the type of person that I was going into Miami. When it comes to maturity, my IQ for the game, the way I approach the game, and the way I take care of business, really. And the brotherhood out there, the coaches that I've been blessed to be coached by, they made a tremendous impact on my life, and I'll forever be grateful.
On top of that, is there a specific way that being there for that long prepared you for this moment to go into the NFL?
Just working with JT every single day, I think that was the biggest thing for me.
What did JT? What's the biggest takeaway with working with him that he kind of really has helped you with your career?
Really, the professional approach to the game, the way you prepare, the way you take care of your body, everything that helps you, achieve your maximum potential on the field. JT was just tremendous to me. I'm always in his office, always in the facility. JT has a couch right there. I'm always laying on it. We're always talking and watching the film. So he's been a tremendous help and like a mentor to me throughout this whole process.
Can you put into words what this last season was like for you personally, that you're here today, after what you went through injury-wise, just to be at this spot?
The only word is blessed. It's just truly a blessing to be able to come back from what I endured in 22 and 23 and have my best season yet. No, sir, not yet.
There's a lot of discussion about age in this class. What do you say to people that think that's a flaw in the draft?
Man, you can call me a seasoned rookie, whatever you want to call it. I think I'm coming in more mature, with a different approach, different mentality than a lot of younger guys. I think my age could be a plus, depending on how you look at it.
Who are some guys that are up next at Miami?
The whole D-line, man. You look at guys like Ahmad Moon, who you've seen flashes of throughout the end of the season. Justin Scott, Armando, who's a dog. You got Cole McConaughey. You got Hayden Lowe, who's back and healthy. I'm very excited to watch those guys play. I'm gonna be there during spring ball, so I'm gonna watch those guys and help them out.
Ahkeem, what's your message to young Canadians aspiring to be in your position today?
Believe in yourself. Leave no doubt, man. Growing up in Canada, you always hear about the big bad Americans. That's all you ever hear. But honestly, football is football. Like played football my whole life in Canada, and as soon as I came to the States in Florida for my senior year, it was the same thing. I felt no difference. Ball is ball. If you can play, you can play. So always have confidence, continue to work, and don't let anybody tell you that you can't come to the States and compete with anybody else.
What is their plan for workouts tomorrow?
I'll be working out at Pro Day.
Explain the reason for that. Is it because of the long season?
Yeah, it's a long season, 16 games, a whole lot of snaps. So I want to get my body fully prepared for Pro Day.
This past season, before you guys went into the tunnel for every game, you and Bane would work with Coach JT. What went into that, and how special was it going all 16 games with that condition?
So everything you've seen during game day, us working with JT before the game, the stuff we do every single day from spring ball, fall camp, up until through the season. So it's honestly meant the world to me. JT is with me before every practice, working on my whatever I want to work on. And then post-practice, if I still need help, typically me and Ruben would do more work post-practice and we'll bring the younger guys along. JT's still there. Regardless if he has a staff meeting or whatever it is, he'll stay back and coach us up and make sure we get good work.
Is there a pro regimen you would say at Miami? You guys are basically playing like pro.
Well, for me personally, it's JT. He's done it for so long. He was tremendous in the league, a legend, and he taught me how to be a professional, how to approach the game, how to approach the way you eat, sleep, train, all these different things. And he treats us like professionals. Obviously, the younger guys he has to be a little bit hard on because they're just getting into college football. They're still a little immature. But for a guy like me, he trusts me and he treats me like I'm a professional.
Looking at your film, you have a deep bag of pass rushing strengths. What do you think your best pass rushing is?
I'd probably say my scissor.
Yeah. So describe when did you master that? How was it coming together?
I worked on it a lot during the off season, especially during the summer. And I was working on it with a coach that I work with, Sack Sensei, every single weekend. And I got very comfortable using it, and I was able to do different things off of it if it doesn't work as my primary move. And it gave me a lot of success this year.
And do you think this is part of what you spoke to earlier about it actually being better? You have 6 years of
Yeah, 100%. A lot of people, everybody has their own path, everybody has their own timeline. Mine just happened to be 6 years in college, right? And I was able to continue to learn and grow with these amazing people around me and help me, become the person I am right now.
Ahkeem, I apologize if you've been asked this already, but have you met with the Patriots?
I have. Yes,
You have. What was that experience like? And was Mike Vrabel involved in that?
It was great. One of our, Alonzo Highsmith, he was in our building before, so it was great seeing him again. It was great meeting everybody in our room, and I think it was a good interview, but we'll just have to see.
They do have some ex-Hurricanes as well in the front office. Elliot Wolf, Andy Borregales,
Yes,
kicker.
sir.
They do have some Miami Hurricanes. Exactly, yeah.
That'd be awesome. Keep building the Hurricane pipeline.
Have you met formally with the Dallas Cowboys?
Yes, sir.
How did that go?
I think it went well. I think it really went well. The staff was super cool. We talked a lot of football, and I think it went well as well.
I know you have a high level of affection. You just talked about your love for JT, but is there a guy in the league now who you point to as a guy who, that's someone that I want to emulate?
There's a bunch of different guys. Growing up, I watched a bunch of Cam Jordan because he was a bigger end. But, I try to learn from a bunch of different people and try to grab just, bits and pieces of everybody's game to help shape my own. So there's not a specific person, but I do watch, a lot of edge rushers, and not even edge rushers, like also guys on the inside. Like I watch a ton of Aaron Donald on third down rushing tape. Like, he's one of the best to ever do it. So I like to take bits and pieces from everybody and shape it into my own.
Ahkeem, what's an NFL team getting in you on the field and off the field?
On the field, they're going to get a relentless player, somebody who has a deep bag in rushing the passer, also on first and second down who can set an edge. And off the field, I'm a happy guy, always happy, positive. I'm a people person. I like to think I have a great character. Anybody you ask about me, I feel like I'm 100% sure that it'll be all positive things. I love helping people, young athletes, even collegiate athletes who still need help, whatever it is. I'm always available and I help people out, and that's just who I am. My mom is super giving, and she put that in me. And I just want to be able to make a difference in my organization, but also my community and the city that I'm in.
Ahkeem, the Bears need a pass rusher that can rush the quarterback now. What makes you believe that you can do that?
What makes you believe that I can do that?
Yep.
I think I've proven it all season long, and it doesn't just stop there. I will continue to grow, continue to get better, and work on my craft, and I want to hit the ground running.
Have you met formally with Chicago? If anything, what
Yes,
stood out
sir.
from those meetings?
So it was a great interview. I think I did really well. Really, really nice people. Blessed to be around them, and let's see if they want to give me an opportunity to take a shot with me.
Team, at what point did you know that Miami was going to be a legit playoff contender? And then can you walk me through each game, just what the experience was like for each one of the playoff games?
So in 2024, I had my first taste of what winning felt like. And then obviously it came short in 2024. Then that same mentality, we took that mentality from 2024 and we applied it to 2025. We got it on. I can't speak for the offense, but defensively we got a new DC. We had a bunch of players in the secondary and then on the D line and linebackers. And I took a leadership role of, at the beginning of the year in January, I started meeting with a bunch of different people. I started organizing player-led walkthroughs. I started grabbing leaders that I thought would be leaders of the defense. And we had like 3 dinners where we talked about what we wanted the defense to look like, what it took for us to get there. And it didn't just stop there. It didn't just end with 1 or 2 conversations. Throughout the year, there was still a bunch of hiccups and stuff, but I would address the team. Guys like Ruben would address the team. Jacoby and people like that would always address the team after workouts and such, and just keep on talking and encouraging people to buy in, fully buy in and lock into this program and what we have, because what we have is special. We did that through spring ball, we did that through fall camp, and once the season came along, Notre Dame, the first game was number 6 Notre Dame. Everybody was hyped about it. We went and we handled business, and we continued that down the line. We had a few hiccups again, but then after that SMU game, everybody, laced their boots up and locked in again, and we continued. We were able to finish the season out